I'm live. Hey everyone. I hope you can hear me. If not, please leave a comment in chat or something. I can see them. Um, I'm, I'll check that. Seems you should be able to hear me. So yeah, I won't do too much of introduction this time. And anyway, so some time ago I built a workflow for myself for publishing blog posts from a native application on macOS and on iOS. I'll show you in a little bit. Just give me a second. I wrote using just a phone because I was sitting waiting for my son to go to fall asleep, and I have nothing to do during the time, so I'm writing some blog posts. Not much of them, not a lot of them, but I do. There is a problem though. You can't. I'll show you the application. God damn, I'm muted when I'm sharing my screen. Okay, now it should be better, right? Anyway, so here's an application called Drafts, and here's an example of blog posts. It looks just like in Emacs. I just have a post header fun. So Drafts is a cool application where you can write some automation using JavaScript. And I wrote two actions. One is called post header, and what it does is looks at header of the post and adds a title, date, draft stuff. Plus, it will update date if it's too old. So it's a nice thing. So I'm not doing that by hands. But another one is more interesting, and another one is called blog publish. And what it does, it takes a credential, my personal access token. So this is something built into Drafts where you can just it will give you a prompt for a string where you can put that string, and it will use that. It's like an authentication helper, and then it will just post this blog post in my. You can see it like it's going into Piranha. I don't know how to read it in English. That is weird, but whatever. My repository with my blog, and then a directory inside that repository, and then a path inside that directory. It's hard coded, and then it will go to an API method called what's its just repos, yeah, and update that file. And so far so good. It works well, and I used it a lot. But the problem with that method is that drafts don't have any images support. And looking at forum of drafts, the author is resisting. He doesn't want to add an image support to drafts. But so I really wanted to switch to something which supports images, and that something is Bear, where you can like just add an image with drag and drop. But there is no way to automate Bear. So what I'm going to do right now, Bear has this nice thingy called text bundle. You can click somewhere here and say, no, not here, like here, yeah. say here export as text bundle. It's a little bit better than that on a phone. You can just export a text bundle whenever you want. But so we did that, and if you open that text bundle, it turns out okay. So it's that in this time it's literally a folder. It's a folder of some information. It says it's made by Bear, and it's Markdown and version 2, and then there is a text Markdown where your text resides. This is weird, right? I mean, it's just a dash. I did it with 3 dashes, but yeah, whatever. I can parse that. And then there is an asset where you can see there is a JPEG file. There is a description of text bundle format and an application which support it. So there's quite a bit of them. But how do we? So the idea is you write some post in Bear on a phone, actually on a phone, and then you can click export, and then you click export, and give me a second. Anyway, so you click export and share a bundle to Telegram, and I write a Telegram bot which takes that bundle and posts on GitHub. Obviously, there is 3 moving pieces, like a Telegram bot itself, a text bundle which should be able to handle some configuration, because if I'm doing that not only for myself but for others, the file path, the format it saves and stuff like that should be configurable, at least somewhat. And then parsing text bundles, it's weird that it's not packed, because I tried to share it on iOS and it was packed, but I mean, whatever, I can just like do it like that, right? Okay, so it shows like what it should open releases. Yeah, it opens releases, whatever. Anyway, I think I'll sort that out a bit later. Right now, what I want is write a roadmap. So I created a simple Git repository publisher with README, and it says like it's a text bundle publisher. You can share a text bundle from Bear.app or wherever and get it published to your static blog. Right now it's a chatbot for Telegram, so it can publish it. And the roadmap, like a parse text bundle. I need to get Markdown. I need to transform Markdown to something my blog understands, and then I need to find all the images which are connected to that Markdown file. And then I need to post to GitHub. Yeah, why not? I can start with that, right? And then I need to do a Telegram bot and configuration, store some conf for users, and then I guess profit. I don't know, there should be some unknown step. We will figure out that later. Right, so parse text bundle. What do we start with? Obviously we start with copying from an older project. I can copy dependencies, a make file, a dev folder, a git ignore file, should be fine. A main file maybe. Nah, whatever. Dependencies, we should clean that up. So in HTTP kit, I'll need an HTTP server. Data.json is slow. Do I need a JDBC? Not yet. Do I need a SFL? Maybe, because it will complain. Do I need a Markdown parser? Not really. I guess a regular expression should be enough. That is some incantations. I forgot why I added them. Refactor and REPL. Okay. Then uberjar. How do I deploy that? I'll figure out that later, right? Anyway, so HTTP kit is a bit newer right now, and there is RC1 because I just saw that yesterday. It's not some magic. I just looked at it. What do I need? I need an mulog. How is it called? Yeah, that one. I don't know. I really liked it, so I'm going to use that. Where's your? Yeah, that one. Whatever. Too many braces there. It's a login library. It's a small one, so nice one. Okay, and then I just need to start. What's in my file? It's a bit too much of stuff. I don't need anything. Okay. So hopefully it will start and provide us some with an nREPL, and I can connect to nREPL from Emacs and start developing an application. Okay, it wants a main file and it says pew. Where's? Yeah, whatever. It's just some old. Publisher main. I can start doing that immediately, right? src publisher main clj and create a folder and then start again. I hope you're not hearing my the cooler sound because the notebook is just going crazy. Okay, so it started and there is an REPL server started, so I can connect that from Emacs to my localhost, right? And it works. Does it work? Oh yeah, it does. Weird, whatever. What do I require here? I require mount cores mount because that is going to be my you'll see what it is. I'm just using that all the time. And then a login library, and then mount def state logger start. So I switched to my maybe I need to start, I can start a kick caster, which will show you. So I need to show, right? Do you see the, I'll move that bit here, I don't know, like that. Do you see the hotkeys I'm pressing? Okay, so start publisher. There is an example for console publisher. Yeah, type console. Okay, type console, and then stop. Is it like stop publisher? Use. Oh yeah, you can just call logger and that's it. And the mount is a library for the state. I don't know, if you start something inside of your application, like a database connection or an HTTP server, usually in Python you would just have a global variable called db and would hold a db connection, right? And in that case you can create a little bit enclosure. It's a little bit more involved since you're not restarting your application with throwing everything out. You're just restarting it into a runtime. You can there are some libraries arised like component or mount in that case, which manage lifecycle of that component. It's called component. It's not component in React sense. It's component in sense of it runs. It's alive. It's like a process inside of your application. So yeah, and why it's complaints because that is CLJ Condo complaining, and CLJ Condo is a linter, and there should be some configuration. Oh yeah, config edn lint s. That one is the interesting part. So we are going to clj condo config edn, and I'll just put it here, create a folder. Yeah, it works. Why is it complaining? Never used, whatever. Def main. That function will be used if we ever call that. That is like a entry point, but it's not used in case of an REPL because why? That's why. I don't know. I need to call that by my hands if I am starting just an unREPL. Does it work? No, because logger is not started, and I'll just start that logger. Yeah, and there is my log from emulog. It's say something, right? It says event name is publisher. Whoa, publisher main start. Okay, so how do I parse the bundle? I'll create a bundle CLG, and what do I want to get in the end is a map which contains markdown content and all the links to all the images used in that markdown content, so I can upload them and correct links to them in the markdown file, right? So it's just simple read, and it's path there. Hey man, you see, I have learned how to like show you comments I'm replying to. And needs path, so let comment, and it's going to be like read users. What's happening? Sorry. Okay. I did something to my Emacs. Users QQQ text bundle. So text is like IO file path. What's it called? Text bundle assets. No. Text markdown. Do I need to look here? No, it's just text markdown. Okay. Text markdown, and then how it's referenced. It has a link to that JPEG file, and so I have links, which is a sequence, I guess, or a sequence of something like check, and then not a closing, and that one is like that. So it's not a closing bracket, and it's a lot of them, and then it's a closing group, and then closing bracket. Not bracket, right? It's parentheses. This is a weird one, and here it can be those are also escaped, and here it can be like anything except for, I guess it's dot star question mark. So it's anything but as least as possible, right? I could just write actually like that, but this is even harder to read, so let's leave it like that. I don't know if I should escape an exclamation mark. I hope not. And then I'm reading. Okay, so I need to slurp that, and then I'm reading by text, and So something like that. Sorry. Here's REPL. Let's def q slurp users q text bundle text markdown. Okay, and then that guy. Okay, so it works. And then okay, now files files is like for file name in links, your file path fn, and then text is text and files are files, right? Why is it complaining? Oh yeah. Require closure exclude read. Are you happy now? Not like that? Whatever. So I've got my file object and I don't know when should I check for existence of a file? I don't know. Files first. File Java, your file exists. Okay. Exists. It's false. Why is it false? Why is it like percent? So percent 20 is an escape. I need to deescape. Deescape let fn link deescape closure URL deescape in codec. Okay, I guess that one. Form the person. Is it better than person than form? I guess. Okay, so in codec util codec as codec codec percent. Give me something. In util codec percent the code. Does it work? Yeah. Okay, so it's codec percent the code file. This is better. Exists? Yep. Okay. Does it mean it's done? I'm not exactly sure. Not exactly, right? So what I understand now, it's written in a file format like that, so it has a header like in H1, and then was it like weird like that? But my blog has format which looks something a little bit different, and I'll show you. I'll show you how it works. Okay, so it says title. Actually, I really like title like Bear does, but that is going to be a bit harder, trickier to do. So I need to switch to that. I need to parse them and do convert in format like that. So how do I like fix text? Fix text, and it's text, and let's solve the regular expressions all the way down, right? Anyway, let title is I constantly forget which re should I use. Re what? Re matches? Refined? What's the difference? Their names are not exactly the best thing. Refined. Refined is the next regex match. Uses regroups. Okay. Rematches is returns the match. Uses regroup. What's it? It's matches. So that one is from the start of the string, and another one is somewhere, and reseq is a lazy sequence, and I guess refined should be okay. Refined, and it's start of the string, and then whatever, like that. Do I still have my text right? Refined. Why don't I just copy that? Refined that in text. Yeah, like that. It probably can be multiline. I don't know, closure regex multiline. How do I enable it? It says, oh yeah, like that. Okay, I don't need that right now, but anyway. So I found title, and then I need to find the header, and the header is refined. In that case, right? I need that S because I need to match a multiline thingy, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then anything else, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 again. And the first case of that, and there is a new line and new line and new line here and new line there, and that is what I want to find, and of text, and that of text, and that. Let's see what it does. And it finds draft true, date, whatever, and that's exactly what I need. And then I need to replace in text everything up to second. How do I express that? I need to find the second instance. How do I find closure find index of substring index of, is it like it's do I do this twice? Last index of is bad. I need second index of. Header start. I'm not sure I'm doing that right. Probably better with a regular expression, but I don't know. I probably I can get matcher and then whatever. Index of what? Bear. It's horizontal rule, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Bear and header, and is there index of, and it's as well from index, and it's text bear and header start. And then header in that case is a substring of text where plus header start count of bear up to header end. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah, there is no bear. I need to actually go to that namespace and then read that and then fix text q, and then index out of bounds. What's wrong? What's wrong with that guy? I don't know. Index of Q bear char, and it says 11, and it should be like, is it substring text 11 and not text but Q? It should be fine, right? Header start, inc header start maybe. Okay. Any pointers like from 11? It's 11. From 12 it's 48. What's the problem? Fix text Q. What was that? Okay. Oh yeah, it's substring. Substring was buggy since the header start was header end was wrong, right? Because I didn't do increment. Okay, so I have a title and header, and then a full header is something like title, and then new line and header, because I need to put it in there, and then I need to like do stir header and then substring text. I need to join them, substring text and plus header and hey man. Header end and count of that divider, and in that case, okay, print plan, and then yeah, what's the divider in my case? It's 4. 1 2 3 4 and new line. Okay, I probably need to do that a constant. Divider. Do I like do I guess like that, right? And what does it why is it 17? Oh, no. I don't know, how do I write it so I can understand it better, but yeah, that works. Why is it? Yeah, it has new line already, right? So it has header start plus beer. What if I put new line on the other end, on the both ends actually? That should be better, right? And that one I want to remove to div as well, and then that guy and that. Yep, right now it's much better. Okay, so title should be the second part of that expression, and now it's now working, right? Anyway, so save that, and okay, so now it's time for GitHub API. I can close all that stuff, and that is not interesting. And so the problem with GitHub API is that there is no way to post few files at the same time. This is a I don't know, that is just, I hate that. Schema authentication, and I'll need to have a token, and I'm a little bit afraid that you can just see my token. So I guess what I'll do, I'll just create a new repo called test, and I'll train on that repo, right? This is a normal way, I guess. What do you think? Any better pointers? Because I'm just afraid of leaking leaking token in a plain sight in that stream. public repo, and I don't need to do anything and create property. So I'll leak a token to that repository right now, and then if you do something sketchy, I'll just delete that the repo, right? Anyway, let's begin with actually finding that repos thingy, and where I can post. How do I find the GitHub API endpoints? So there is a rooted points, root verbs. Where is the actual GitHub API? Docs. That one is the older one, I guess. No, that is a new one. There is repositories. Yeah, it's not. No, it's not the one I want, right? I need something with files. I need to like commit, update file in this article, list repositories, branches, collaborator comments, commits, list commits, get a commit, list pull requests, deployments, forks. Any way? Yeah, I don't know how to like remove that word from my vocabulary. Any pointers? How do I find it? Pages, releases, statistics, webhooks, pages, no. Forks, deployment, deploy keys, content, right. Create or update file content. So here's the problem. There is an API for updating a file, but only a single file. And every time you have, and to update a file, you have to have a SHA of the file you're trying to update. So initially what I really wanted to have is like I supply a list of files to GitHub, and everything it needs to update, it just commits into a repository. And it seems if I want to do that myself, what I'll have to do, I'll have to check out the repo and make a git commit and then push that commit. And I really don't want to do that because it's much harder to authenticate. And there is a chance that the repo will be really big, like if you put a video there, and I did put a video there, and my repo is like 30 megabytes, and I really don't want to like catch that. So what I want to do is like to post files over the API. So I wonder, one, if I post a file over the API, if it will be updated, if the commit will be made if the file was not updated, right? Am I clear? And then I'll have to post all the images and then update a text file. Anyway, let's create a token. So there's settings, and then just a second. I have a link here, I think, to tokens. Edit. God damn, it's probably a user token, right? You know what? I'll hide the browser for a second. No, it's even better like that. Just look at me. And I'll see what I can do. Okay, it's personal access tokens, and then generate a new token, and it says enter password, and it's obviously saved in Chrome. So how do you do that? And holy shit, like that token can do anything. Can I like GitHub personal token for a repo? No. But that is, so I have to have an OAuth, and I don't really want to have an OAuth crap, because I mean that is so much of redirection and stuff like that. Give me a second. Like if I create a personal token, which you can see, you can see whatever, well, like you can have an access to all my GitHub profile. And how do I hide it from not seeing when you're developing with it? How do is it used? I can probably put it somewhere in a file. I don't know, maybe like that. How? So it's somewhere here. God damn, I didn't think about that enough. Like token is here, and it's in headers, and yeah, and if I'm going to debug, you'll see that shit. There. Okay, let's try, and if I leak that stuff, I'll just go and delete it quickly, right? Like I'll be really fast. Like no need to see me generating a token. I need to get it for public repo, right? Personal access tokens, repo workflow. What's workflow? Update GitHub Actions workflows. I don't need that. Public repo, access commit status. What is that? Read and write. What do I need to, like, why don't they say what do I need to access that method? Do they say that? No, not really. Commits. Commit status. Okay, let's try like that. Generate token. Node can be blank. Bear.app test. It will be test token. I'll delete that shit. Okay, copy it and then put it in somewhere. GitHub token, and then close the door. Yeah, and we're back. So there is something somewhere. Yeah, maybe in an external EDN. I'm just, I'm never too, like, how do you say that, too accurate with doing stuff, and I'm afraid that token will leak into a video. But yeah, what you can do, right? Anyway, so I'll create a GitHub CLJ file and HTTP Git client. So that guy, and it says, and I'll make a def get to a URL, and so drafts has an example, and I'll just look at that. Yeah, it's not very convenient. So this is an example of what I need to do. And not here. And I where is it? It's HTTP get something with callback. No, with not call synchronous with promise. Yeah, like HTTP get URL and base, and the base is, it's like a GitHub something, right? Yeah. Is it like maybe? Why is everything so hard? Is it API GitHub.com or just GitHub.com or what? API GitHub.com. Okay. HTTPS API GitHub.com, and then URL. So it will be like comment get repos, right? And then I need to require closure exclude get. HTTP is not required, right? So I do require HTTP kit what? Org HTTP client. Org HTTP kit client as HTTP. And then I do HTTP get, and then options. Basic IOS query params headers. And headers are accept, and that weird stuff. they insist on being like that. And then authorization is a token plus slurp users token. I will sort that stuff out a bit later. So headers, I supplied headers, and then encoding JSON, it's just to encode data, so I need to pass data and method. Method is like it will be a request, so it's method URL, and then not HTTP get, but HTTP request, and then method, and then encoding. Do I need to supply like accept grid preview? Wow, what is that? What is that? This is weird, right? Create or update file content. Example. VND3, yeah. So, and then I encode with JSON. How do I pass data here? Post request data body, whatever, body, yeah, body, and then JSON encode the data. Is it post requests all the way down on GitHub? It's put sometimes. Okay, whatever. Data, and then I don't have a JSON encoder. Jsonista. It's a little bit weird to use, but it's like the fastest one, and so should be. I hate those images. Jsonista Maven version 027. Right, and the problem is if I don't restart it, I can actually add that in runtime, but whatever. Yeah, it's going to be downloaded, and then so data is here, URL is here, method is here, and theoretically we can like do get repos beer test. No, not get, right? I wanted to put. Sorry for flooding your the stream with those hotkeys. It's the first time I used that keycaster, and it's weird. Okay, so it's when data. When there is no data, no need to encode. And how do I use the Jsonista? Write value as a string. Yeah. Write value as string. And whoa. And Jsonista core as JSON. And so I do a put, and the data actually is let's go back to drafts. Where is it, my drafts thingy, and see what I'm doing here, because it's easier to just repeat what I did here. And that, so request URL data, and then where do I request? So I do a get request to file, and then a put request to file with the message, content, and I need to calculate SHA. That's a previous SHA from the get. First test file, it's just test, right? And then message is going to be initial test, and then content should be base 64 encoded, and base 64 encoded, and then there is a base 64 in Java util thingy. So it's going to be import Java util base 64, and then I do a def base 64 encoder, and it's going to be base 64. It's not connected anywhere. Let's connect it here, and then do save file, yes, except for that string, and then switch it here, and it says no, you're wrong because the required closure is wrong. Right, it's wrong. No, map literal content is nil here, and okay, finally it works. And base64 what? Get encoder or something like that. Get and URL encoder, I guess, right? I don't know. Just encoder. The GitHub will never tell us that shit, right? Content is using base64 code. Which one? Because they're a little bit different. And on that guy, I can say with get encoder, and I'm just going to encoder, and that one without padding. Yeah, I really like that stuff. I dislike padding, and having no padding is great. Anyway, that works. And then what I'll do here is just .base64 encoder. And how do I encode? Where's my dash? It's encode. It's encode of a byte. Definitely base64, and there is string, and there is encode of base64 encoder, and it's get bytes from string UTF-8. I really hate that shit. It's every time you want to do it, and it's like that. Base64, just add test, and please just work or something like that. Yeah. Pow. Associated with a named module. String cannot be cast. Who's doing SOC? Who does? Okay, HTTP kit. What do you actually want from me? Use for content type JSON. But what do you? How do I supply content type? Header. What? What? Is it doing something weird? Like, is it inside of? What do you mean plus cast exception? Like, if I just do the data thing, is it going to be better? Wow. Why is it like that? HTTP request method. Wow. I think I'm doing something wrong, and it's, oh yeah, completely wrong. Like, just let's see a documentation for that guy. So it should be everything should be in data. URL is here as well. It's not a get helper. That's why it's complaining about SOC. Okay, like that. So URL method get method. Okay, method should be like that. It works? It works. Cedar inspect last result. Woo! There is an options body headers. Does it body not found? Okay, so it works, but it's not. I'll do it like that. Wow. Is it better? Is it easier to read? Body initial test content. Body message not found. Documentation URL. You're not going like the way they want. Obviously, where's my drafts? I spent so much time on doing that thingy better. And then how do I post somewhere? API, repos, just please, just URL. So how do I, repo, contents, pow, right? It needs contents. Does it say that in documentation? Yes, It says here that I'm so wrong. Contents. Shmyak. What does it say? Message. Initial test. Yeah. Not found. Create or update file content. Why are you so nasty? It just, yes, I read that. Why is it creates a new file or updates and replaces? Because it's not put, right? It's post. I think code samples. Example for updating a file, for creating a file. No, it should be post. Should be post. I mean put. So let's do it like that. Owner. No, like here. Repos. Owner. How did I name that? Bear test. All right. That looks like it worked, right? It did. So the first step is done. Now what I want to check, if I'm updating a file with the same content, will it create a new, and for that I need to find the SHA of that file. Let's just parse the body. How do I like? Right, and then am I not sneaky? Because it's just double coded, right? Anyway, so yeah, SHA is like here, and what we are going to do is to create and put file, and then I put SHA. Oh no, here, and then try to update a file without changing content, and we will see. Why do I need to check that? So I can skip checking images if they what their SHA is, because how do GitHub calculate SHA? What does it do there? I don't really want to dive into that. And if it will say like nothing happened, that's perfect, right? I'll just do a request for every file, for every image, and then for content, and we're done in here. And what does it say? And it says like whatever. I'm just, and it says like it did a commit, and there is 0 changed files, 0 additions, 0 deletions. Exactly what I don't need. Fuck. So I need to find a way to calculate SHA from that content. Anyway, does Java contain the SHA? SHA1? Is it SHA1? Was it GitHub, how to calculate SHA of a file content? Git one SHA for a file. Okay, so it just like, I can do that because I have okay, how do I, where's Java? SHA. Oh, god damn. Get algorithm. Okay. Clojure calculate SHA1. I don't really want to get CLG digest. Message digest get instance. This is what I need. Def SHA1 is that thingy, right? And then what I need to do is message digest is Java security, message digest that guy, and we'll just import that. And does work? Yes. And what about get instance? Yes. Wow. That what God damn. Holy shit, this is incredibly bad. I really hate that. Brr. Okay, so is it update buffer update message digest? Okay, I got your instance. Get instance. What do you require? Okay, and then I can just update you with an array of bytes, and then so it's SHA-1 encoder, and then I create definite SHA-1 from S, which is update. No, let's do it here because this guy seems to be really stateful, right? Because we need to update encoder with get bytes from S UTF-8, and then what does it? How do so I get digest? I can just do digest. I perform a final update, and then complete the digest computation, and then just calls digest, and it returns a byte array, and I need to convert that byte array to a hex string. So I can just that digest is like digest, and then how to format, right? That is how to calculate the the parentheses. I'll just copy a few of them. That's correct. That one. Digest. Wow. It's just digest here. Like that. Why is it complaining? Format string expect one argument instead of two. Yeah, really? Okay, like that. SHA-1, and that calculates SHA-1 from the just a test. Hoppa. It's EF. It's just completely different SHA-1, right? SHA-1. And then that, oh yeah, fuck you. And that guy is also completely different. And why? Well, any pointers? I mean, I don't know, why is it different? Calculate GitHub. So what it does, this is a Perl code, right? It's adds zero in the end of. How about that one? No, not D4 anyway. It says blob space len of content, right? That is like count 11. Okay, so it's blob space 11 0 and then content, right? What do you mean invalid digit? 0 0. Zero. What does invalid digit mean? Was it contain Java 0 byte in a string? No. What do I do? What do you mean? Okay, it's not 0. How do I like add a 0 byte in a string? 0 test. Invalid digit. Like I'm lost. Java string invalid digit. Is it Clojure or Java problem? Clojure invalid digit. 0 byte. I don't understand. String from 0 to This, okay, that is like a 0, like a symbol 0. How do I get closure or char and what? Char curse to char. Okay, char from 0. Wow, who's that guy? Okay, anyway, so what are we doing? Like stir blob 11 char 0, just a test, and then sha1 from that, and then CFA what is that crap. Calculate git hash. Am I doing that right? Git sha1, and then so like a target should be stir blob space and then count from that string and then char 0 and then s, right? And then I just put s start here, and then it should be like git sha1 just a test, and that is the same, right? So I didn't do anything wrong except it's not working. And how about just trying that in terminal? So file and then sha1, okay, sha1 it's macOS, right? And that is Linux. Okay, and then file echo minus and just a test into a file called q, and then we will just cut it here and see f1 ed. It's the third result. GitHub says D4, my code says CA, and then that code says F1 ED, which is like on that bombshell. I guess it's time to end. It's been an hour and some, and yeah, I guess on that high note we will end, and see you all next week. If you have any comments right now or any questions, but I mean, yeah, I'll answer them in comments. See you next week.